Feel Inspired Lunch Show, and of course every Thursday at this time, the international office in, and they always bring the most interesting things to studio. And today we are joined with Lisa. Hi Lisa, how are you doing?
Good, thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. So with the start of every new semester, it means a new group of exchange students for Stellenbosch University International, and new members. You administer a group, am I correct? A Facebook group.
Yes, it's an unofficial group, and it's called International Students Stellenbosch. And some students come in like 6 months early, like before they even come to town. They will join the group to get like a feel for things. Yeah. Look for housing ads, and like we just try to get people early, give them good like information, and be with them while they're here.
Lisa, what is the aims of the group? Why did you decide to start this group?
So here we come a little bit back on like how it was in the past. In the past, like there would be like a Facebook group every new semester, and then it would be like open and unmonitored, and like after some time, like there would just be like a lot of ads in there, and like students couldn't really see each other's posts. They wouldn't really know, is this another student talking to me? So I thought, okay, how about if like we open a group, but then we're like really strict about whom we let in and whom we not. Okay. So to really create a space where students can interact with each other. And yes, like this is where we are so far. And then people asked like, are you going to make a new group like for the following year? And I thought, well, I'm curious, like we didn't know, are people gonna like stay in the group after they leave? And they did. So like you can imagine now it's more than 1,500 people, it's almost 1,700, so there's a lot of knowledge collected, and like people are really generous like with their experiences and tips. And
Lisa is the administrator for this Facebook group. What is the role of the administrator?
So the main job is like to be like a focal point for the students, and again some people think I'm hired by the international office. I get like late night messages where I sometimes have to remind people like I'm also a student, like and but it's usually just like all kinds of questions, like small things, big things, emergencies. Like I'm the person they can reach out for hours, and I try to be there and help as much as I can, or point them to resources. And
Lisa, you're not originally from South Africa. Where are you from?
No, I'm also like a long-term international student. I first came here 2012 for my master's degree.
Okay, so you were really aware of the importance of having a Facebook page and communicating and connecting with other people, right?
Yes, I remember when I first came, I was a bit scared. I didn't know how things work, and like it can be very scary to be in a new environment where everything is so different, and you really you want some people that you can trust, that you can ask for advice.
So what services do you offer incoming international students on the Facebook page specifically?
Well, for like specific services, like there's a lot of things that the international office does in the orientation week. But I would say, like I touched on earlier, like students really have the advantage that they can become part of the community early on and ask questions, find housing. That's usually like the first question. And what I try to do is like to get people who are really happy with their place they stay at to recommend that place, and like in the group like search for something so you can go and like you actually know somebody I know has been there. And they do the same like with travel tips, and like just they're really good at exchanging. And if there is enough interest, like usually over recess when they're like some of their friends might be traveling and they're alone because they have to write an assignment, or also over things like Christmas. We had a WhatsApp group over Christmas. It was like a subgroup, and like, we try to create this community for people and say like, yes, we also like don't just hang out with international students, but we get you. We are like we're here, and we'll try to do small events. And just as an example, I think it was the beginning of the semester last year. There was so much interest for like a pre-orientation week to get together that I called Happy Oak, and we got the entire second floor. They're like, how many people do you think will come? I'm like, I don't know, like 30, 40. And I think in the end it was like 80 or 90.
Wow.
We were like a really big party, and that was a fabulous moment.
Lisa, is this page limited to international students only?
So the group is open for international students, but also for local students. Because what I found is that some South African students would really like to interact more or have international friends, but they're kind of shy. They don't know how to approach them, and they often hang out in groups and like stick to each other and go to the same courses. So how do you meet them? So what I try to do is like if there is an event or like a get together, like someone organizes a hike, I'll actively try and reach out to the group members that are local and say, do you want to come and join? Like,
Yeah.
You know, this is for everyone. This is for people who are interested to interact and like, yeah.
How do you foster integration among members?
Well, what I often try to do is like if I see two ads where sometimes like it's a large group, you might not see someone has posted something you might be looking for, so I try to cross-link. I
Okay.
read all the posts. Sometimes like, yeah, I try to, how do you say, tag people under each other's posts, or I just, yeah, send them messages.
Okay.
What are some of the challenges you encounter in administrating this group?
Well, I think administrating is sometimes more time consuming
Yeah, I can imagine.
than I had anticipated, and I'm always scared like to go away for a camping weekend.
Yeah.
I might not have reception.
Oh wow.
And what I experimented with in the past is like, as for a certain period, I made the posts so that they needed to be pre-approved.
Okay.
But that just like stops people, like it slows things down.
Yeah, it
Because
does.
sometimes you really need that like instant
Immediately.
feedback, where someone is like, hey, I'm driving to Cape Town, like who wants to come with? And like that's if they have to wait till the end of the weekend till that gets approved, like that's not much
Oh
use.
wow.
Yeah.
So everyone can post in the group, but I'm really strict about like who I let into the group. You have to answer a few questions just to make sure you're somehow related to our community.
Okay.
And also, particularly if you have like a business interest, we have people who try to sneak in there and then like just place their
Always.
ads all over the place. And I'm like, I'm
Spam,
sorry,
yeah.
like, you know, if there's any ads in there, it's like I also want to protect the group.
Yeah.
You gotta talk to me first, and
Of
like,
course.
if it's not
That's
something
completely
that I
understandable.
trust, then it's
Yeah.
just not in there. And yeah, sometimes it was hard. Like people
I can imagine.
are used to Facebook groups being much more open. And like they can just do whatever they
Yeah.
want. And I'm like, no,
No.
I'm sorry. Like,
This is for a specific
this
purpose.
Yeah.
is like
Keep it
really
relevant.
for students only, and we also try to stick to ads that are relevant
Relevant, yeah.
for students and for Stellenbosch.
Yeah.
And yeah, it's tough, but I think that is where most of the work lays, keeping the business people at bay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Lisa, for chatting to us a little bit about this. It sounds like a lot of work, but
Really
it sounds
does.
like a really great thing. And it's great that you've created a little bit of a community
Yeah.
with the international students.
If you have any interest of all things international relations, please do check out this page. Remember, don't join if you don't have any interest. It's called International Students Stellenbosch. That almost has 1,700 members. Remember, the international office stops by every Thursday. Do check them out on their social media, SU International website at www.sun.ac.za/international, on Facebook, SU Globally, on Twitter @SU Globally, and finally on Instagram @SU_Globally.